everyone. And how are you doing? Huh? You're good. Wow, I'm glad. You're also good. I'm glad that you arrived. And this is now the second last, I think, or how many groups are there still going? Two more after this. All right, so we're not going to have you long. What we are here for, we are Airwaves Africa Radio and TV Network. This is what we started with. I interview people in our communities and workers there and leaders as well. And the school program, which is my favorite, and my husband, we love working with kids and that, and children and students as well. And also the Youth Day. So this month is a month of youth. It was Youth Day last week. Is it 16 last week, was it? Yeah. All right, yeah. And our focus is to let today's youth are tomorrow's leaders. Am I right here? Yes. Okay. So Paul was my first student that I had. And I had a little history of him. A sweet little boy that grew up in a family. His mommy died when he was 16 years old, very young age. And they're from Capricorn. And the area where we're from southern side. Capricorn, I don't know if you know where it is, it's in Narendale. And his sister had to rear him. And we heard about him, what he was doing at the schools. He started a support group, it's called, at the school Creswell High. My husband and I heard of him, we connect with him and the principal, and they say that is who he is, yeah, doing that, and then he told us his history. I interviewed him concerning his mom, that died at an early age, and he was 16 years old, and his sister's rearing him. He said that didn't make him to sit back and do nothing. His heart is for the kids. He loved children, little ones. Because there's also a lot of orphans that roam the streets, and children that are fatherless and that are roaming the streets that he takes and he let them, or parents that are working and during the daytime at home, and then he started a support group, letting them play soccer and activities, and give out food for those that doesn't have, and the school young people. And we also training in video training, what we do. And I interviewed, as I said, and he is still doing what he's doing today. He loved working with children. He's flowing in his purpose in that. So there's three things that we believe in. Number one, I want you to listen very carefully, especially the students. We believe in our future. We believe this is what God has told us. And number two, the vision. You know, the vision that God has given. So I think the number two is actually the purpose, which falls with the vision. Our future, this is a future career, which we're still flowing in, and the purpose, and then our destiny, those three things. I want you to say it with me, especially the students. Number one, your future career, very important. Alright? Number two, your purpose. And number three, your destiny. I never knew I was working I was at a school, I'm in a secretarial college, Marie Secretarial College, and I went into doing admin work and secretarial work. In my age, my husband was 30 plus years, 31 years, 32 years in the Navy. Right? The South African Defence Force. Yeah, he took an early package because it is part of his vision as well, doing the camera work. Okay? And also the editor and the producer. We are co-founders of Airwaves Africa Radio and TV Network. We network with Radio Africa Network. I don't know if you've heard of them. They plant radio stations in the African countries. I'm talking about right from the tips of South Africa, right into African countries. Starting from, I forgot my background. You know, what is after you get in Congo in those areas, but they got in different areas where they plant these radio stations so that people can have their own radio. Alright? My husband and I are supporting them in this. We help them in this. That is our vision. That's why we call networks. We network with the media workers as well. Alright? They're coming a long way since 1997. Alright? So that is them. Their purpose and vision is to help establish at least 100 indigenous. Indigenous, you know what's the word indigenous mean?
Yes.
Students, what's it mean?
To make a child.
Sorry?
Yesterday she said,
Okay, I'll ask the students, it's fine.
to make a child. You
Yeah.
found it.
Yes, no, but indigenous people, you know,
Oh,
indigenous,
indigenous
what is, do you know what does that mean? Okay, who would like to explain that? I'm not going to go in there, I'm just going to say that the nations that was born from country, any country of African countries, the Nigerians, wherever they're from, Rwandans and that, they are the indigenous people from that country. We South Africans, as I don't have my bad, every time I want to do this, we South Africans and we're born from here, okay? So they are the indigenous people of that, and they want to do a self-run and managed FM radio station in the urban and the rural areas. It means like we are already a very much upgraded country, I'll call it that way, modern country, South Africa, and but we still got rural areas and informal settlements, as you know. I'm talking about people that lives in informal settlements means that they don't have old up houses with space. Am I right here? Okay, so they are helping those people, okay, in the urban areas and rural areas. By 2020, sorry, they were 100. And they got it before 2020. We're now 2017, am I right? Okay, so that is the vision of them. My husband, our vision is to enrich and encourage the people and to help our own people and support those that are working with the poor people and the needy people. Alright? We are helping and support others. That is us. Okay, so that is enough of us. My main thing that we're going to start with, the one that I spoke about, this is our favorite program, working with students of Core. This is called the Parents Who Care. We care, we parents. We have 2 children. Also, they are married. They've got both 2 children. So the family has grown. Okay, so parents that care. We've got a caring heart. They read our children. They are in their purpose already. They are ready in their destiny. Our son was standard 6, which is grade 8. Alright? So he decided then. We were living in Pretoria for 3.5 years. He decided then, because my husband worked, he worked there at the head office in Pretoria of the SADF. And he said to his daddy, I'm not going to work for the SADF because I want to go into the area of a chartered accountant. So he said he loved to work with money and that type of thing, but he's an auditor today. He's working, he's actually now already a general auditor, the assistant general auditor in Kimberley. That is how we work himself, because he was focused. You see, we taught our own children to be focused in their career choices. Our daughter is in educating. She's at the high school, they are steam mechanics. And like I said, if you focus on your career, whatever you want to be, whether it's media, and as I said earlier on to the other group, media are broad. The Navy, as he was in, the SADF, South African National Defence Force, are broad. Because the previous group, there were about 3 that said they would love to go into that area. Who of you today would love to go in the area of the SNDF, or, because as I said, and even the media, it's very broad, because the media is not just standing behind the camera, it's also radio, as I said earlier on, if you connected with them, and the U magazine, and all the other magazines that you get on the shelves, bookshelves, they are also media. Whether you're going to work for them, or start your own one. Would you like to start your own one? I don't know why I'm so attracted to you. I'm just saying, would you like to have your own? Because this is what we want to introduce to many people, that you can start your own business in media. The field are broad. The same thing as my husband explained earlier on, the earlier group, concerning the media field. It's broad. And also, I explained the media, and he explained the field of the Navy. It's broad, because he was 30 years in it, and he knew. And there's also a media in the Navy. You don't have, because he mentioned this earlier.
can capture the moment and it wasn't there. And you know that some of you can start like testing yourself after today. There are cell phones which are of a better quality than that video camera that we have. And there's a broadcast quality camera. Some of your cell phones are more powerful than that, so you can experiment. There's a group we didn't bring a brochure with of AFDA, they in Salt River. They train people in videography and things like that. They near Tech TV studios, and so if you are interested, you can contact us. Like we train people that want to be part of our team for free. Others that want to pursue this a hobby or business, we ask a fee, which we'll tell you when you phone us, and we teach the basic recognizing a video camera, the basics of videoing. Then we take the people out on practical. So it's like, it's not what we allow them to do, it's not play, it's what we use. If I take them to a wedding, their footage I'm going to use in the editing and things like that. So that it gives them a fear, but also some pride, you know, to see the creators coming up at the end of the video. So and so was with, but that's a practical. So the two things is that we do give training, but there are other schools as well. And the third thing is it is a very profitable, it's a very rewarding direction if you want it as a career, because there are a lot of people, there are a lot of organizations that need this kind of technology, that needs this kind of service. Everywhere you go, doesn't matter how small the event, somebody's there with a camera. So that is just my 5 minutes to you. Thank you very much.
I added an extra 5 minutes, so you can carry on.
All right.
Thank you.
I'm actually brief on everything that, because we've been, of previous groups we've learned to cut everything short, because when we asked him to the editing side and producing side, so when he does put it on the YouTube or send it into TV to be aired, then I can say it must be only less than 30 minutes, 25. So we keep it also short. I told that to the other that came in as well before. But did you enjoy it, students? Did you enjoy it? Is that what you heard? Is there any questions? Can I ask you that?
Yeah? I would like to know, how much time do you put into all of this? Like, is it a 24/7 thing, or how do you?
Sure, like, that's a good question.
Honestly, I need to know.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah, I hear you.
Because I'm very interested in media and video, photography and all.
Yeah. Okay, I want you to come stand in front, because I'm also going to ask you some question. Why you need this in that's going to be the last questions that I'm going to ask as well. You know, as an interview, you ask a lot of questions. It's just in you. Yeah. So, so you were asking me concerning that. I want you to repeat, because we're going to. Yeah.
Why were you nervous now?
No, I shouldn't have done that. I was naughty. I stayed close to them.
I want to know how much time you put into all of this.
Yes, yeah, that's a very good question. You know that you asked 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
You know, yes, it works, especially when we have a program to run. You know, the parents who care, like we parents that care for our children and that. And what we do is you have to prepare when you do a TV conference or presentation. This is a short presentation that we do with a workstation and that. And as I said, we take time. And we work from home. That's the most economical way to work today. Our TV studio and everything is from our home as well now. And how can I say that? You have to be very disciplined. Thank God I married a man that was in the Navy, and for 31 years. And that qualities that I've learned there of being, you know, when he left the Navy, was a commander of a EW Center, Electronic Warfare Center, and that. And he has taught us as a family how to be disciplined. So you need to be very, very disciplined concerning the 24-hour. It is not 24-hour because your body needs a rest. You need to feed a family, and you need to run a home, and also a ministry. We call it a ministry because this is what God has given us in a vision, and we're running in it as well. And as I said, parents, as I said, we're real children. And parents who care for the youth community outreach is to build strong family relationships. I'm going to just breathe this in. I just feel I need to say this. Between parents and children. We parents care about our children today because you are the future generation and also leaders wherever you're going to work. Am I right here? You agree with me here, okay? And then we host TV programs. We have hosted that already. Programs, like we say, we are against the drugs and the alcoholism and whatever, and family abuses, and also we are against unemployment in our country. We are against it. We want every child, my dear, to enjoy, their future career and their purpose and their destiny that they're going to walk in. This is who we are. Right? And yes, it is hard work, but we are so disciplined. As I said, my husband is the one that is more than you. Discipline. You need to be disciplined for this, what you do. Understand? Otherwise, you're going to be burned out. You're going to burn yourself out. Any business person, you can ask a person, you're going to burn yourself out if you don't rest and you have to balance. You have to be well balanced. Yes, I love my exercises as well. You do your exercise, you stay. I still do it at this age. I'm in my late 50s, and you still do. I still do exercise. I believe in staying healthy. That's also talking about health. Sorry, I know this is now something different. I just talk as I feel. The health is a very important thing also in your life. To look after your health. So my parents are there. They see. I've seen that my children eat healthy, and now we've got 3 grandsons. We see that they eat healthy as well. 4, sorry. So we see that they eat healthy as well. We understand. They teach them that, and we've. I went on the internet and I found out, when I heard that my husband got diabetic, I found out how to eat healthy. Because diabetic means you ate wrong through your years. You didn't know that. You understand? And since then, I also write a book concerning that, eating healthy and stay healthy. I don't know if you heard Dr. Osman and yeah, they also give that, but he's a medical doctor, medical, I think, yeah, and also the other Dr. X as well, that I'm in contact with. They give you good info concerning your research work in that, what you, like I said, I wrote a book concerning eating healthy and staying healthy. That's also another part of it. So, the media feed are broad, and my one is an interview, the programmer. You can become a TV programmer, programming it and all that, and you must be, as I said, it's hard. As you asked me about the hours and that, it's hard working, but it's if you love it, you have a passion. As a youngster said there, you have a passion for singing, and I believe you're going to make it in a music career. You understand? It's the same thing here. You must have a passion for this, what you're doing, And this is my husband and our heart, to work with the nation and work with our own people, Yeah.
Thank you very much.
But thank you for the question. That's a very good one. Bless you all. Thank you. Yes, if you want to see concerning, if you would like to have these brochures. Okay, so I greet you all. It's afternoon, so this morning, it was morning, now it's afternoon. And how you're enjoying yourself during this day? How's it so far? You enjoy every thing that you see and that? A lot of experience in that. And all of you are, as you said, in the trip. Have you went for job shadowing already? And for next year, the career choices and that? You went for that? Didn't you do that at your schools? Didn't you do that at your school? Okay. No, that is fine. Now our job, myself and my husband, is Mr. and Mrs. Priestley, but you can call us, it's fine. Isaac or Rudy and Avro, alright? And this is our Airwaves Africa Radio and TV network that we do. We interview a lot of community workers and leaders, and also we do a lot of school programs. And then we started since the year 2009. We started, and this Youth Day in 2010 was in Lavender Hill. And this is, who remember Mr. Mokel? And this is Mr. Mokel. Who knows about him? Anyone here? Isn't that in your history books? It's cool. You don't do history. Okay. Okay, he's a previous premier, okay, of, or mayor of the Western Cape. Am I right? Of just Cape Town. Okay. So who knows who's the one now at the moment? Of the mayor? Who's the mayor? Of Cape Town. You should know that. What is the right answer, Ami? All right. Okay, you are right. Jan Zille is the premier, yes, like Mokel used to be. Mr. Mokel used to be. All right. So Jan Zille is the one at the moment, and Patricia de Lille is
Mayor.
the mayor. Okay, so you got it. Thank you. All right, so what we do, this is the interviews that I said we love. This is our favorite program, is the school one. Okay, when we work with students. This was our first student that we worked with. We started a support group at Crestway High. Okay, that is in our side, the southern side. All right, his name is Mpho. Mpho is as you can see, is a boy that just loved working with kids, little ones, in the area where he grew up. And he started one day, and he was, I told him, you're the president of this, did you know that? And he said, what, president sounds so big to me that time when we met. And I interviewed him. He was played on Cape TV, was aired many times, because how he inspired the other students as well, all right? His mommy died when he was 16 years old, very young. And that gave his heart. This is one of the plays that we had on during the end of the year, functions that we always had. And what did they do once a week? It was on the Thursday when he was in grade, he started at the grade 8, no? Not grade 8. He started I'm thinking standard 8. Grade 10, he started since that, yeah, he was 16 then. Okay, so you work with the children, as you see the children there. He helped them, his heart went out for children because he knows that he doesn't have, his dad also passed on and his mom. And his sister reared him. And his heart, he had a compassion for children, his heart went out for them, especially those that are just playing in the streets, the moms at work and the dads at work. So he took them and he let them come, and even those that are, he gets 3 children up till now as well, in this generation that we live in. So he took them and he at school he asked his school principal and the educators there. And when we heard about it, we put him on DVD and on air. And he became one of our TV team when he was still at school. And yeah, so we trained him in videography and also to do interviews. I also allowed him to do interviews. This is Mpho. Okay, that was our very first student that we had. So Mpho, how can I say, he teaches children to do sports like soccer for the boys and girls, netball. There was a netball field also at the school as well. And I mean, this, he was working, what is that place name in Lavender that they work, the NGO? New World Foundation. You work with them as well. Okay, that was how involved he got. You understand, to help out our community children because of what he lost his mommy at a young age. Okay, and it's, that is how he's, as I say, compassion. And this is, he called them his 2 deputies that worked with him, that helped him and support him there at school, the 2 young girls here. They are all now in their 20s, all right, and working. And as I said, Mpho is now in Joburg, working. And he's not what he's still doing this part-time, okay? And it's a big need in our communities. As I said, we do a lot of interviews in the communities as such as well. I printed the DVD for the earlier groups, but because of time, I'm not going to do that because you won't be able to, especially when you sit, you won't be able to hear. We forgot our speakers at home, yeah. So I want Mr. President to come and just tell them about the videography department. I just want to say before we start, as you come up, if you don't to brief. Okay, the TV camera, we found it out while we were doing this, when we were called into this work, the vision that the Lord has given us. And when we start with it, the TV camera, we start with a small camera, and we started to interview people and just take from the small camera. You will explain more about that. Now the camera was a key and a tool to our own business, in media. That was after 30 years, 31 years in the Navy, was in South African National Defence Force for 31 years. I was doing secretarial work, my last work was a research worker, where I went to the parliament and interviewed people, alright? So that is where my training in this started, alright? So I want my husband to come and just explain briefly concerning the business of videography, and but before he comes, no, I'll do that afterwards. Please come and because of time. They said must be too long. I'll explain later as a TV host the keys of the importance of how to get there, how we got there. But you can just explain that one part.
Okay, good afternoon. How long do I have? How long do we have?
Oh no, they didn't say it, so.
Okay. My name is Isaac, but you can call me Rudy. I want to finish my camp, call me Rudy. Okay, so the part that we are here to encourage you about, or to motivate you about, is about media, radio, and TV recordings. And when we are not spoken to like the day of today, then we're not even aware that there are things like camera work or video going on in our lives. Who of us, who of you are involved here with taking photos or videoing and things like that? None. No interest?
Oh,
Well, every group is a selfie, but the selfie is a video or photography. But there is no one specifically to want to do that. But you know what? It's a strange thing because video and photography impact our lives so much. You know that sometimes even the career choice that we do is because what we have seen on TV. We watch ER, or we watch CIS, or we watch a specific. We watch NCIS, and now your heart goes for a group like that, or you watch Steven the Land, you want to become an actor. Or you watch Feku Padis, you want to be Feku. But do you realize how much our lives are influenced?
Yes.
The cars we drive, the places we live, the clothes we wear is influenced by a camera like that. Because somebody took a photo, somebody took a video and put it on TV. And that's where we saw it. And there's always a beautiful woman with a beautiful car. What's a woman got to do with a car? Huh? You want a car? Okay? So that is how they think. Oh, you want a woman? So, but that is how people use a TV, a video camera, and a camera is a tool that you can use for a career. Some people just think it's a hobby. No, it's a career. The documentaries that we watch, people get paid to do that. It's a career. The soapies we watch, people get paid to record those soapies. It's a man standing behind a camera that's doing that. And so there's a lot of opportunities. It always seems that the jobs are full. But somewhere there's somebody that's looking for a person to come and record a wedding or a birthday, or I recorded 3 funerals already. And people buy the DVDs of the funerals. And it's amazing what's happening. Oh, the man don't laugh. No, but I'm serious. One person ordered 50 DVDs.
But his family is big, that's why.
Yes, yeah, and he was very loved. But what I'm saying is there are possibilities. The only place that I know of is Efden in Salt River, in nearby, that train people in video and photography. And but there are many other places at places like university and Seafood. They have courses like this. Chevy, that we know he also doing a course at one of the colleges here. So we train people for our own team, which we do free of charge. But if you want to do it, there's a fee involved that you can phone us about. Then we just train you the basics of identifying a camera, how to handle a camera, control a camera. Then the practical is I take you work when I have an event and things like that, and that's the best way actually to train people practical, because now this person knows if he mess up with this video, the people are not going to have another wedding to retake the video. So we must do it first time right, and that also shows the confidence that we have in them, to allow them to play such an important part of videoing. So there's many areas that you can enhance yourself, because there's not only films, there's documentaries, there's for children, you can make programs for children, all these children programs, Tekalani Sesame, those are all video products, and people don't realize that. So I just want to encourage you, maybe when you take this selfie again, you might think this is the next best thing that could happen in the media world, and so. But for your future, all of the best. But we hope and we trust that we have quickened something in you to become interested in the media field.
And thank you for listening. Listen, I never asked you, what is your career choices? Anyone that wants to start? Maybe you? Career choice. What would you like to become? Because you look trip now, so. Sorry? Administrator. Okay, I've done that for quite some years. And that is also a lot of, how can you say, depending also on your what company and that, like I work for different companies, and it's sometimes when Kelly Girl or whatever phone me to say there's a job opportunity for me, and so because I was already a professional in secretarial and administration work, and then they call me in to come and work. And I'm telling you, they throw me in the deep side. So when you walk in there, they don't give training. You must know wherever you were. Like I was at Marie Secretarial College, and they just throw me in there. You should know, because when I started, the computers just came out, and every year technology advanced like we are today in this. But all the best for you, my dear, in this. It's a good career. It's a long career. Anyone else that? Sorry? Submarine. Really, this is your area. This is not mine. He can tell you a lot about the submarines. Because he was working on the ship. Can you come stand here and just encourage you there? Because we have to encourage you.
All I can say is that the submariner, that is what you call a person who works on the submarine, is a special type of person. Because your mind must be messed up to live 3 months under the water. I'm joking, eh? But you must have a different mindset to be prepared to live. I live with 30 other people on a small ship, less than very small. They put only 30 people on. So when you are 6 weeks at sea with 30 people, you can't get angry. You can't get angry with somebody. If you get angry, where are you going to? You can't walk because you walk 50 steps that way, then you must turn around and walk 50 steps. And you have to love to walk. Now you, he goes underwater and he doesn't see land for 3 months maybe or 30 days. And then you, in some submarines, okay, we've got bigger ones now, then you can sleep in your own bunk if you are in a certain rank. But if you're in a lower rank, when you go on watch, now you must know everything is mixed, then he comes and sleep in your bed. Because now you going on watch, and when you come off watch, he goes up, see this, you get into his bed. Or whatever. But the thing is just that, like I say, mentally you must be tough.
Yes.
More than physically. Because you get big people twice my size that goes there's on submarines, but mentally they must be you can be clever, you can be fit and everything, but if you're not mentally clued up, not clued up, but right connected. Because I mean, you don't even go up. You can't even go up for a smoke break. You know, like now what you do at school when you go behind a tree or at the toilet.
How do you know about that? You do those things.
You can't do that. You are there. You know, and I mean to live in an area enclosed like sardines, eternal sardines. You must be able to switch off, not to be able to think about. There's millions and billions of tons of water on top of you, and if you sink, you can only go down. Okay?
I'm getting scared.
No, because he knows all these things, but what I'm saying is, sometimes we go into a job and we haven't researched. There's people that I know of, there's on the submarines, on the Navy, that hope that the submarine never sail. They become religious, they pray. Because they don't want to sail, because this sometimes it's just a job for people, but sometimes it's a career. Sometimes you want to be there, you want to experience it, and it's not a fairy tale. It's not like an emotional thing or nice to. It's a good career choice that you will make if you can pass the test, because obviously the test that they have for people that want to be a submariner is different from the test of people that's on surface ships and things like that. Because on surface ships it's just like you on land.
What is the purpose of the submarines? What do they focus on under the water?
Yeah, they are because they are what they call stealth. They undetected. They like catch
She's done the research work.
So they actually an extension of our borders. Like remember, our border is only 200 nautical miles seawards. That belongs to South Africa from the continental shelf. Say this is a solid land. The white is under the water, but it goes for a stretch under the water from the end of there 200 kilometers. That is our, or 200 nautical miles is our border. So the submarine can go beyond that. You know, and that's where they patrol, and they can see, and where others can't see, they're very hard to be detected. You need to have special equipment to detect a submarine. So you won't find it on a fishing trawler, maybe on a Russian fishing trawler, yes. Okay, but normally it's on a frigate or a destroyer or something like that. So they there for the security of the nation. So they're also the first line of defense.
6 months. Okay.
6 months late, okay.
Thanks. So you have done your research work. You know, that is one of the main things that we have done before we started our business in media. And that I want to give you before, is there anything, anybody else that would like to mention what they would like to do, their career choice? Anyone else that would like to say? Anyone? Career choice?
Me, I would like to become a EFC undisputed fighter.
What?
Yes.
Well, that's a very long.
What is it?
EFC. EFC undisputed fighter.
Ik weet het
Ik wil het
Ik wil het zijn.
Undisputed fighter.
No, dit is wat het gewoon zit. Kick en kickbox. Is moet een
Yeah,
mister.
cage fighting, like mixed martial arts.
Ja, is maar zo oud. Like, what's it always?
Like most die.
Yes. And now, there's always was gonna fight. Now, what's his name? Mayweather.
I don't know.
He's gonna fight the world title clash with all from Britain that's doing that what he wanna do.
Yeah.
They say it's a mismatch, but I don't know because we have a friend, Bernard, Quentin Bernard.
Yeah.
I saw coins you see.
Yeah.
Okay, would you like to explain, what is your name?
Gary.
Gary. I'd like Gary just to explain briefly why your passion for that is and what it's about, as you heard my husband say.
It's about
Come stand here, you must face the camera because this is part of our work. We are recording this here. It's still on there?
it's about fighting.
Yes.
Okay. It's about fighting, it's about championship, it's about title, and it's about getting that certain position.
Alright.
Yeah.
Concerning is it a sport?
Yeah.
Alright, so
Yeah.
concerning the sport that you do.
Yeah.
Because we had, at the previous group that we had somebody that wants to go into that. She's a netball player. So you're the second person that wants to go into this.
Yeah.
Alright, so I didn't know the name of it, so you explained it very well. Thank you.
It's
Is it,
EFC,
yeah?
as mixed martial arts EFC, but I want to be the undisputed fighter.
Okay, no, why fighter? Can I ask you that question?
Because
Kickboxing,
I want to be,
kickboxing, okay.
yeah, because I want to be top of the log.
Top of the
The
log.
boy.
The boy. Okay, you see the boy. Alright, so kickboxing is totally different from boxing, right?
Yeah.
Because that is kicking.
Yeah.
Am I right? Okay, you want to show a few?
Doe jij zijn, maar
I
ik
like
ben ja.
my dad allowed us. Thank you very much. And you see the field are broad. And if Gary goes into that, he can open up his own business in it because there was a Navy guy that still did it. It was my husband's colleague. He still do it today. He's training youngsters in the communities. And I mean, our children doesn't know about it. So that can become something that you can also maybe train others, like Quentin is doing now, as my husband explained to you. Thank you for that, you Gary, you were good. And I didn't get your name earlier. Iverita, beautiful name. Iverita. It's an uncommon name, it's the first time. And I want to ask this, I never heard you saying anything. What's the name, Keenan? Keenan, okay, all right. We also got Keenan in our family. So, Keenan, what is your career choice?
I would want to become a famous artist one day.
A famous artist, what artist? A gospel artist? A music artist? Martial artist? These people that are
Drawing.
in drawings and that, okay. Can you come and explain to the people, the artists in what you're going to do? It's just a few minutes. 2 minutes, yeah. This is the time is up, yeah.
I would basically like to be a cartoonist, as in designing and drawing cartoons like on the TV, like Dragon or Naruto, stuff like that. Like it would be very nice for me because I love drawing and stuff.
So that, Rudy, can you come Beatrice, because I'm going to ask you a question concerning that, what you want to do. You see the animated films that they make for kids? Our grandsons are watching that, they love it, okay? The favorite one is that train movie, but that Kevin likes, what's the name?
Thomas
and Friends, yeah.
Thomas and Friends.
Yeah. So that is, it is a problem because you need to do drawing. That's the training center that we know here in Cape Town. Does they also give that training there at the school?
In college, university.
Oh, you had to go to university for that. That's university. Oh, okay. But that kid, I want to encourage you to go for it. But these three things I want you to mention with me, with Keenan here in front, that I want you to know. You know, first thing, it is important, it is your choice and it is your future. Say it with me, it's my future.
It's my future.
My purpose.
My purpose.
And my destiny.
And my destiny.
Of making the right decision.
Of making the right decision.
Of my career choice.
Of my career choice.
Okay, so don't forget that. So we want to repeat that because I don't want you to forget it. It is your future.
It is my future.
My purpose.
My purpose.
My destiny.
My destiny.
Of making the right decisions.
Of making the right decisions.
For my career choice.
For my career choice.
Thank you, you've been a good group. I love that you've been here. Big thank you. That's how we start. This is our vision that the Lord has given us. And Nazma was in the Navy for 31 years. And then the Lord called him at an early, took an early retirement. And myself was working as a secretary all my life. And this is when the Lord called me also. My last job was as a research worker, interviewing the parliament, members of parliament in the parliament house. Okay, that was my last job. Okay, so that is where the vision became more clear concerning our work in the communities as well. We interview a lot of community workers and leaders, and especially school program. This is a young boy, 16 years of age, had lost his mom at that age, and after that, his dad also passed on already. His sister reared him, and he had a compassion. From that time, he had compassion to work with the children in the area that he's from. Anyone know where Capricorn is in Avondale? Okay, that used to be Capricorn in those years, and now Capricorn. So he's the one that helped the little ones out from the street, teaching them how to, training them how to do soccer and all the activities, you know, to keep them away from all the naughty things as such. All right, so this is Paul, and this was at Youth Day in 2010. We started 2009 with this, and the work that we're doing. And this, can you recognize the man that is one here? That's Mr. Morkel. All right, yeah, that's Mr. Morkel. All right, and I had an opportunity to interview him. He was also placed on Cape TV. All our programs and works that we do has been aired on Cape TV. And now we put it on international YouTube that the people from overseas can also watch it, and where they ask us how we progressing, because our network stretches very far. In African countries, I don't have my map here, in the African countries that we are networking, as you can see here, we network with the others that are also doing likewise that we're doing. They go into the rural areas, and this one, Radio African Network, we were there for quite some time now. They have encouraged us when we started with this, and we told them our vision to continue with it because there is a big need in our communities. I don't know if one of you sitting here that's maybe a community worker or a leader. Any one of you here? All of you work with it. So you know the big need in what I'm saying here is nothing new for you. Okay, this is their vision. To plant FM radio station amongst the unreached people groups, to encourage partnership and cooperation among churches, radio station and radio mission organization. First of all, our mission and our vision and our mission is called touching all nations through the airwaves with the truthful word of God. Okay, that is first. But also to encourage and enrich and inspire our youth and our communities. You understand? There's a lot of unemployment in our countries, in South Africa, as you know, lots of it. And this vision of them is to help establish at least 100 indigenous sound-run and managed FM radio stations in urban areas, rural areas by 2020. And they have reached it already. Okay, in African countries, they have reached this vision already before 2020. And we're now 2017, as you know. And as I said, this is what we do. We also, we don't have any music. There was quite a lot of youth here that, and school children that wants to go into the music career. So we've given them advice concerning the music, the type of music that we, and there was one guy called, I don't know if you've heard of him. He was also on SNBC. They interviewed him there as well. I interviewed him as well, and I put him on KTV. It's a blind rapper that called Eugene Milan. That time he was about in his 20s when I interviewed him. Now he's in his mid-20s. And that made this his career of his blind, and he made that his career. You understand, in music as a gospel rapper to inspire the young generation. And I mean, he's doing very well. He's continuing doing what this is. I mean, the blindness didn't make him stop of what you want to become one day. And then, as I said, this program that we're doing is concerning going to the schools, etc. We've interviewed school principals in Avenue, primary and high school that went through the trauma with their students that has been killed through the gangsterism fightings there and that. We are against that. So we work with the church leaders, the community, the school principals, and that we work with them, and we put that also on air. You understand that people can know from overseas, right into our own country. We only, Cape TV only, the Western Cape. And that, so that other people can start knowing and realizing what is really happening. As you said, you're working as community workers, and you're hard workers. I know it's hard working to work in the communities, going out there and all that. And because I've interviewed quite a lot of them that are doing the community work and that. But this made us to recognize. We thanked 3 of our boys that working for us. They are very young still. They're still in their early 20s. My husband trained them in videography and that, how to handle a video camera. And then we and myself do it, the TV interviews and those that wants to do it. So we started, this is what the Lord has planted in our heart. And they are early school leavers. Their mom and dad can't afford them to put them on, like we could afford to put our children on university level. So they all got their career choices and everything. But the basic media training is to make them aware that they can become something. Those 2, really follow them to say we are having something on. Today they're working. They're supposed to be with us today, but they're working. You understand? They need, as a young man, they need to work as well. And as I said, we explained, we told them everything. I don't know if I want to say something here as well. You're not going to worry. You're not going to worry to say anything about the video training that we give. Because this what we do is a youth enrichment service in media business development. So, sorry, are you going to say something? Okay, over to you.
I just want to that you be informed that the videography and photography is a viable career choice. Some people don't realize how important videography and photography has become in our daily lives, and especially the youth. When they look at career choices, their mind always goes to the exotic, how much money they can buy, how famous they can be, and how prosperous they can be, and all these kind of things, and where they can go and study, and what they can do after they've completed, they become a doctor, a lawyer, all these kind of things, or even a president. But the fact of the matter is, we are all impacted by camera work. Like I said to the other groups, the clothes we wear, the cars we drive, the places we live, is because what we have seen on TV. And the TV programs were created by people using a video camera. Like all the films we watch, all the soapies we watch, the sports we watch, the documentaries we watch, everything has been done and created by a person standing behind a camera. Now the person that's standing behind the camera is not just taking a video. He in his own self needs to be creative, to be able to sense the moment. He's not just standing there because the camera doesn't move by itself. The camera is not looking for the good shots and all these kind of things or the excitement. So it is a viable career choice for children. That is why we took two boys from Capricorn. We took them under our wings. I learned them the basics to recognize a part of the camera. I taught them how to video, and then I take them out whenever we have a party, a church conference, a wedding, whatever. I show them that I trust them in what we have taught them, that they can use the camera to help produce a product for the people. And so for people that comes on board on our team, I do the training for free. For people that wants to do it as a hobby or as to further their career later on, we charge a fee that they can find out when they phone or something like that. But everything, even these things that we've done and we've put on TV is for us. But the thing is this, the people that's been seen on TV, their careers, their image and their ministries or businesses has also been enhanced. So the child that gets hold of a camera, he can build up for himself a business, and he can also enhance other people's businesses, and he also can be a job creator. That is what it's all about now in South Africa with our downgrades and everything. We want to create jobs, but we have the opportunity, and it's only when people see these things or interact with it, they start to realize that there is a possibility. Because, I suppose we asked the previous students, they've never heard of videography as a career or as a possible viable income source or things like that. Because these are not the things that is obvious. The things that's made obvious is done through a video camera. Like I said, what you see on TV, what you see in the movies, that's so obvious, but it's been made away from something that is not obvious, that's in the background. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We've come to a close. And thank you for your patience for this few minutes. And then, yes, the interviews that we always do, if you've got something that is solid, it's like, which area are you from? Youngster, if you know there's something happening there and all that, that is solid for other people to hear about it, that you are welcome to contact us. You can get our contact details on there, on the brochure that we have there. That is just part of our work that we help early school leaders to become where they're supposed to come in that. Because no one will notice those things in our community, the little things, as my husband has encouraged them with the videography training and that. And I'm thankful for him being faithful in it, and also for the Lord being in our life. And we will continue doing this. This is all. And then we always encourage, the youth, to stay focused on their career choices and that, because we already there. Understand, even you as well. And we must help this generation to become the next leaders of our country as such here.
And you come out to schools to
Sorry?
You come out to schools to
if we get the opportunity to do that, we'll come, yes. We've done that before in Mitchell's Plain. They called us, can you remember, to come and do a talk concerning this, career choices and that. But we can't go over 30 minutes because we do it for our work as well. It's our work. And then we put it on YouTube and we send it into KTV. And when they put it on, we don't know because it's social media. We're supposed not to tell people this, but but you pay a fee to put your work on to get paid and that. So I said, you're supposed to pay us because we do the hard work in the communities. And that, so SABC were looking for people like this, what we're doing now, myself and my husband. And when we heard about it, it was, they already interviewed, and when we phoned, they said we must come to Joburg and all that. So we just focus on this, what we do in the communities, helping our kids at school. As I said, we've done this at the school programs. We've been invited at schools in Mitchell's Plain, remember? And then we use youngsters to go with us that are really like this one girl here. This is she's in Durban now. She worked for Visa, is an environmental thing. Then I asked her to come and encourage, and she was good. Because you know what I'm saying, she know how to attract them because she was there as well. And she's fresh, you hear what I'm saying. Because they get boring when they see grey hair. You hear what I'm saying? Yeah. So I asked her to come and help us out in that, and she came, and it was a great time that we had the Mitchell's Plain and that, you know. If I can just make an example of that area that we went in. And also where we live close by, pastors came to us and asked us to help out as well because they want to open up church there and they're willing to give their building as a area to work from because we can't go stay in. We've done that and they have big respect for you when you start talking about the word.
Yes.
And that is the tool that we know is our weapon. The word of God is. The word of God teaches us is sharp and greater, you know, than any two-edged sword. It's a sword, you know, and when they hear the word, they have respect for you. And that's what we used when we went into the Lavendale, when the house burned down and those type of things. There we go, because it's something solid, that people can know things like this happen as well, you know, in our communities. And also against, of course, drugs and drug abuse, and we help quite a few out. We send them also in our families that happen, we give advice, we pray them through and give them advice where to go to. There is places that help them. And as I said, this is one of our biggest things that took, as you know. But God is in control, not the enemy. Because that is from the enemy, as we know. Well, thank you for listening, and it was, we enjoyed this day. Yes, you can have some details for schools and that, if you need us to come in. Is there any other questions before we go? All right. Hi, I'm Avril, and today I'm so privileged to have one of the groups that we have here at the castle today, where we youth interactive and all that. I'm so glad. This is a final class that we had today. It's 4 o'clock. We started this morning, and Gail has something solid to share to you viewers out there. Gail, you said that your passion, the passion that you have for disabled people. That's right, yeah. Can you just share to the viewers out there? You have to look to the camera.
My actual passion for disabled people started from the age of 2. Was our father. He got disabled in a car accident on his way to Bloemfontein. So it was a bodybuilder, and I was the ex-bodybuilder. But still, we needed to, myself and my twin sister, we needed to grow within it. Because we lost our mother when we were 10 years old.
Yes.
And so the love for disabled people got from there.
Yes.
And I have a brother that's mentally disabled, and for me it was always challenging. Why don't you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
And why should you eat certain things or do certain things?
Yes. Yeah.
But I've learned through that's why my main passion now is for the disabled people. And we are, myself and a colleague of mine that's outside of the door, we're aiming to have our own disabled day. I would like to encourage that all the youth out there, don't look at the disabled people like, he's just disabled. Like, that person has something to share.
That's right.
And you can learn from.
That's true.
So me, myself, and the colleague outside of the door, we learn every day. Then we work with them on a Wednesday at the Civic and Bishop Levels. And you know what? Each one of them has got a different challenge. But it's for us as youth to just try to understand what they're all going through. And for me, it's a milestone for me. I can change one of these disabled people's lives just by listening to them, or help them play, or help them write. That's the main thing for us. And with this disabled day, we're focusing on play games with them.
Okay,
We
that's
want to
lovely.
add the
Yeah.
community to them so
That's
that they
true.
can be fully equipped. and
That's
so see,
okay.
like,
Yeah,
you
we
see
can't
a
do that.
disabled person,
Yes.
you have to approach this person, how to
Yes.
help this person.
That's
So
right.
that's our main focus.
So lovely girl, you explained it so well to the viewers out there. And another thing I want to ask you concerning this, when are you planning to have this day, the disabled day for the disabled people?
The disabled day is supposed to happen on the 28th.
The 28th of June
This month,
of
yes.
this month. Okay.
So, but due to funding and
Yeah.
the other stuff, we just need to postpone it until further notice.
Okay.
Myself and my colleague again
Yeah.
would like to come and join me.
Yes,
Come
you
and
want
join
to
me.
say
It's
something
silly.
about
I'm
it?
saying,
All right. So what is your colleague's name?
this is Heidi from Breezy's.
Okay. Also Heidi.
Adorable. This one is adorable.
Okay.
To me, but at first, she doesn't understand who and what to do with disabled people.
So both of you are working in the community of
Bishop Davis.
of Bishop Davis, and the government has given you the opportunity to use
Yes.
the hall and all that. So you've got your venue that you work from. I'm saying that so when people hear about this, they can contact you. Is there any number that you want to say to the people on the
Okay, you
contact
can contact
and
myself.
also for the fundraising?
The
that-
fundraising
yeah.
event, yeah. You can contact myself, I'm Carl Williams. It's 064 705 4873. And then I have a opportunity.
And this number.
Mine is 03784597020.
Yeah. 20.
Okay, so you are
Just
That's fine, it's okay, we're done now. Thank you. You have explained briefly about this vision of yours concerning the Disabled People Day. All the best, and I believe it's going to come. In fact, I'm saying it. It's going to come soon. It's going to come soon for you too. All right, and we'll support you. You can approach us. As I said, you can have a voucher there that we put here on the, not the voucher, the brochure. And then you can write your contact details, and my husband can also place it on the screen. So we want to put this ASAP on the, because you want to have some funding on that, yeah. So please, people, fund these people that are community workers and leaders in the community as such. They need this funding because there's a lot of people that need help and support. So I will encourage you to y'all, Gail and Haley, feel free to contact them. The numbers will scroll on here and you will see it, and contact them ASAP because they want to start with this day that Gail mentioned earlier on of helping and supporting, and they call the day of the Disabled Day. Oh, that's good. Okay, thank you. Till the next time, we'll be back with more news concerning this grouping day that we, the training that we are going to give, and also many others that we have done today. God bless you till the next time. Bye-bye.